Alright, today we're going to go over how to clean your cartridge filter. You're going to have a version of this filter, of course not with this cutout, but it's going to be a little bit taller, usually 175 square foot filter. Don't be afraid of your pool. The pools we build are bulletproof. You're not going to break it. One thing to be afraid of is never put your head or your body over the top of this filter, because this lid can blow off and it'll cause serious injury or death. But basically, to clean your filter, you're going to shut your pump off. You're going to unscrew this knob. Now this one doesn't have an O-ring on it, but sometimes it's going to be a little bit harder to get off because it's going to have the vacuum of water in there. So you may have to open this breather valve and release the vacuum on the inside of the filter before you start taking the lid off. Sometimes you got to put your feet down here and hold this part of it and pull the top off and just work it off like that. Once you get the lid off, you're going to have this little white piece in here. You'll pull that off. You'll take this cartridge out. Depending on how dirty it is, it's going to take you anywhere 2 to 15 minutes to clean it. So you might need a lawn chair. You're going to take a garden hose and you're going to hose it off. They do make tools that get in here and clean these pleats off. But you just keep hosing it down until all the dirt comes out and it's clean. Now periodically you're going to have to get a filter cleaner and degreaser and put this on here, because body oils and suntan oils, you can't wash it off with water, so you got to get a release agent to break that off. The filter might look clean, but it's not filtering because it's got suntan oils. The easiest way to explain it is put Vaseline on your arm or grease and try to wash it off with a garden hose. It won't come off. So a lot of people will have 2 of these filters. They'll soak one in a filter cleaner and degreaser in a tub while they're using the other one, and then they'll pull it out and hose it off. Basically, you hose the whole thing down, get all the dirt out, or as much as you can. You put it back in and just basically reverse the process. Now you're going to have an O-ring around here. Actually, on this filter it'll be right here. And then what you'll do is you're going to have to get a silicone-based lubricant. Don't ever use a petroleum-based lubricant because it'll eat your O-rings. Silicone-based lubricant, keep this O-ring nice and lubricated. It'll stop it from leaking and make it last a long, long time. So you're going to reverse everything. Put this back in. Don't forget about that. Keeps the filter centered. Put this back down in there. Basically screw it back on. Now, once you get it screwed back on, you're going to turn the pump back on. But again, remember, never put your head over this lid. When you get it turned back on, you're going to bleed the air out of here with this bleeder screw. Don't take it all the way out. Just take it a little bit to get the air out. Because if you don't, what will happen is half of your filter is going to be air and the other half is going to be water, and you'll only be using half your filter. You might have to bleed it a couple of times. When the filter is clean, take note of where your pressure gauge is. Your pressure gauge is going to tell you when your filter needs to be cleaned. As the pressure goes up, that means your filter is getting dirtier. And you don't really know where that's going to be, but let's say you clean your filter, you put it back in. Every pool is going to be different with the pressure depending on how many holes are in the pool returning the water. But let's say your baseline on your filter, and when I say baseline I mean with your returns running a normal operation, because if you have jacuzzi jets or swim jets, you turn on you're going to get a different pressure because you're going to have different pressure going into the pool. Let's say on your baseline with your returns open, you got 8 pounds. You look at it another 7 or 10 days and it's up to 10 pounds. Take the filter out, hose it out. If it's not dirty, put it back in there, let it go up to 12 pounds. Go up to 12 pounds, you take it out, still doesn't seem like it has a lot of dirt, let it go up to 13 pounds. You take it out at 13 pounds, it's filthy. You know what, between 12 and 13 pounds you got to clean this filter. So you put the lid back on, screw this on, bleed the air off, close that up, make sure you don't have any leaks, and you're good to go for another couple of weeks. This filter, don't use a power washer, don't use a dishwasher, use a garden hose and gently spray it off, and with normal use you should get between 3 to 5 years out of it. The other thing that's nice about these filters is it has a bypass built in it. The water goes in here. When this filter gets dirty, or you run a pump on high speed if you have jacuzzi jets, it'll bypass the water through. So because like if you want to run jacuzzi jets, you can't run all your water through the filter. You won't get enough water coming through. So on high speed, on jacuzzi jets, if you have a hot tub, it'll bypass this filter. So when you're running a normal operation, run your filter on low speed, all your water will go through this filter. But on high speed, the bypass kicks open on the bottom, lets the water go through, so you can run a higher volume of water through a cartridge filter than you can through a sand or a DE filter. So that's how you take care of your cartridge filter. Thanks for watching.